Hello and welcome to your reading. So this video is about what will your future husband or wife be like? And so just go ahead and choose which card is calling out for you. You don't have to think too hard about this. Just naturally go with the card that has your attention. You do have options 1, 2, and 3. And I'll see you guys later. Hi group 1 and welcome to your reading. So let's see what your future husband or wife will be like. So I've already shuffled and displayed the cards for you guys just for time's sake. And the cards that came out for you were the Cave card, which says Sanctuary. Next you have Lotus Flower and it says Unfoldment. Last you have Wolf and it says Instinct. So group 1, the personality of your future husband or wife, I'm actually seeing that they're going to be quite an introvert. You're dealing with someone who is highly intellectual. So they are constantly in their head. They are very, very curious people, and they are also, I'm seeing that they're very insightful. So when they think very deeply. And it could be about anything, any topic that you bring up with this person. They will really go in depth. I'm just seeing that they're not really a surface-based type of person. I'm even hearing the word superficial. They are not superficial, okay? They're the type of person who believes in personality and character rather than beauty or attractiveness. So when you do meet this person, of course, you should put in effort for your appearance, but don't feel like you have to look glamorous 24/7 for this person. I'm actually saying that they like they're very minimalistic. So they're the type of man or woman who likes their partner or prefers their partner to look very natural, very just a very minimalistic person. That's the type of person that your future husband or wife will be like. But going back to this Cave, this Sanctuary card, this type of person, your future husband or your future wife, they are very spiritual. So if you are a spiritual person, which you probably are if you're watching, tarot readings, or even if you're a religious person, you might end up liking this about this person. I'm just seeing a lot with their spirituality. They're not the type to, everyone has reasoning and logic, but we also have, our beliefs in things that we don't have to see, in things that we don't need concrete proof in order for us to believe. So for an example, this person might have really strong faith in God, or they don't believe in coincidences. They believe that everything happens for a reason, just like a very spiritual type of person. Now, next you have the Lotus Flower, which says Unfoldment. So remember how at the very beginning of your video, I said that your future husband or wife, and excuse the storm, it's a little bit stormy outside today, but I said that your future husband or wife, they are kind of an introvert, they are very curious people, so they like to read a lot. They might be into literature, science, or history. They're just very intelligent. And sometimes introverts can come off as very reserved. Sometimes, especially if you're dealing with someone who's shy or someone who's more reserved, they have to be comfortable with you before you can truly see their true character. So with this Lotus Flower that says Unfoldment, be patient with your future husband or wife when you first meet them, because I'm telling you, they have an incredible personality, excuse me. I'm also like, for some reason, I'm smiling really hard, and what I'm getting is that your future husband or wife, they are absolutely hysterical, but you would never assume that, because from the outside, when they don't know you at first, they're going to come off as very shy and reserved, not very talkative. But once they get used to you, oh my gosh, they will make you laugh 24/7. And you're going to find this so shocking. For some of you guys, when you meet this person, if you haven't already, and some of you have already met this person, after getting to know them, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that you were this hilarious or this, fun. And they're just your future husband or wife. They're just going to be so easygoing. And I love this about them with this lotus flower card. I kept on seeing the word blossom. They're just that type of person where you have to give them time for them to truly open up to you, and so that you'll see their mysterious side that most people don't get to see. Lastly, you have wolf instinct. So what I got with this wolf card is your future husband or wife, they're actually going to be very dominant. I got the word alpha or beta if this is for your future wife. They just have a very powerful demeanor. Now, they're not aggressive, they're not overbearing, none of that. It's just the way they carry themselves. Remember that I said this person's very spiritual, and a lot of times spiritual people are very confident because they have a lot of beliefs. So with this wolf card here, I just kept on getting like alpha. So for those of you where you're watching this to see what your future husband will be like, know that your future husband is going to be very protective of you. Naturally, though, it's not going to be in like a possessive and controlling way. Your husband is just going to be the type where if anything goes wrong, they will be the first to, instantly find a solution so that the stress wouldn't be on you. They're just naturally like that. It's not that they're, possessive or anything. And for some of you who are reading this to see what your future wife will be like, your future wife, even if you are a male watching this, your future wife will be very powerful as well, so that whenever an issue does arise in this connection, all the burden won't just be on you. She will also help find a solution. Y'all will work as a team. So that's very powerful, group one. I love you guys' reading. So group one, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and you guys have a great day. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. So let's find out what your future husband or wife will be like. So I've already shuffled and displayed the cards for you guys just for time's sake. And in your spread you have Dreamtime, which says creation. Next you have Gaia, which says nurturing. Lastly, you have Fog, which says veiled. So starting with the first card in your spread, you have Dreamtime, and it says creation. So what I'm seeing about your future spouse is that they're going to be very creative, whether they're into the arts like dancing or theater, drawing, painting. They could also be musicians, even engineers, architecture, just very creative people. I'm also seeing that when you first meet this person, if you haven't already, because some of you guys are right now dating this person or you're dealing with them, but if there's one characteristic that pops out about your future spouse, is that you think that they are just all over the place. Perhaps when you go to their house or you see their bedroom or their car, you feel like they're not the most organized person. They probably have paintings, drawings, books, letters, just everywhere in their home or in their car. And typically creative people, because they are so creative and so intelligent, the last of their worries is organizing something. That's just typically that's how creative people are. So there's nothing wrong with them being a little bit messy. I'm also saying that you're going to think that this person is very spontaneous. Like, you're going to find it very hard to keep up with this person because they're always doing something. And I'm not surprised, because like I said, creative people are they tend to be all over the place, especially from the perspective of those of us who are more, routine. We like to do things with some form of organization. So perhaps you're the type, you're very different from the description that I'm giving of your future spouse, but that's just all right, because opposites attract. So next you have Gaia, which says nurturing. Now, when I looked at this card group too, I was seeing the word naive, and it's simply because your future spouse, they're so creative, and sometimes creative people tend to not be very realistic because, they're just very passion driven, or they're more, I'm getting like this air, like, they're constantly in their head. Maybe you're dealing with an air sign. If it's not an air sign, that's completely fine. But your future spouse, they're going to be very much in their head constantly. They like daydream and fantasize. They're not very realistic. So with this nurturing here, your future spouse, it's almost like they're living in their own bubble, and they have a hard time seeing reality just because they're so creative. It's like they're living in their own world, and they tend to forget about how the real world works. So sometimes they can come off as a little too protected, or a little too innocent and naive. With this nurturing card, I also got the word different. Your future spouse, they're just so different, and they have a hard time understanding that other people are not like them. So a lot of times your future spouse, they're going to have to get like a wake-up call and realize that, they have to see other areas of the world and not just be locked up in their house painting and drawing and ignoring the rest of the world. That's just an example, the painting and drawing. But yeah, like, it's something about this nurturing card where you're gonna feel like your future spouse, they're just always in their head, and like I said, you're very different from them. So this might cause some misunderstandings, but just understand that you're dealing with someone who has a very different perspective. And the fact that they're so creative, sometimes they need that wake-up call to realize, hey, this is the real world. You know what I'm saying? You have to do certain things. Like, for an example, maybe your future spouse will want to be like a musician or a dancer or an artist, and then to you, you're like, well, can you, maybe try to get an actual job and bring in some money, if the whole art field isn't going great for you, or get like a plan B type of job. I don't know, that's so random, it just popped in my head, but you're very different from them. So I'm seeing that there will be some misunderstanding between the two of you guys that can cause some form of argument, but it's very important to understand the both of you guys' perspective. They are very creative, but you're more, ideal and realistic and reasonable. So they need to understand that from you as well. But yeah, that example that I just made about maybe some of you guys, you know, your future spouse or currently the person who you're dealing with who will be your future spouse, sometimes you probably feel like they're not realistic, and it's not that you don't support their creativity, but it makes you feel more secure knowing that they have a more, I guess, common or ideal career or job. Lastly, you have fog, which says veiled. So I am seeing, it's so crazy because I literally just said wake up call. I remember using that word, and that's the same word that I'm getting for this fog card here, where you're going to have to give your future spouse, your future husband or wife, sort of a wake up call, you know, because for a lot of you guys, I will be honest that their creativity will cause some form of confusion or misunderstanding in the marriage. Right? And remember what I said, that sometimes creative people can be very passionate, but a lot of times they're not as reasonable or logical. But with this fog card right here that says veiled, you're sort of going to help them see another perspective of life. And I'm also seeing balance. I don't know, my eyes keep on going back to this dream time card. They need balance. You can be very creative and fantasize and daydream. We all do that. We all daydream. We all have our big dreams. But I always say you need both your emotion and your logic. You need both equally, because if you just have your emotion and no logic and you're just passion driven but you have no reasoning, it can make you look very reckless. And sometimes when you only have logic but no emotion, it just makes you look very inhumane. You know, it makes you look like you need to live life a little bit and stop being so overly cautious. But you know, your future spouse just needs to balance themselves, be creative, but then also be reasonable at the same time. I don't know why I'm getting that, but some of you guys, you probably know what I'm talking about if this is the person that you're currently dealing with, or if you've ever dealt with someone like that before. But back to this fog card here, the both of you guys will come to an understanding, and the both of you guys will be able to see different perspectives. You will get a wake-up call from them, and they will get a wake-up call from you as well. Wow. That was actually like really deep and beautiful. So group 2, your future spouse is definitely going to be a very beautiful person inside and out. They're just very different. So just understand where they're coming from. And now that you know in advance what they're going to be like, you can prepare yourself. So group 2, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and you guys have a great day. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. So let's find out what your future husband or wife will be like. So I've already shuffled and displayed the cards for you just for time's sake. And in your spread, you do have Desert, which says Vision Quest. Next, you have Eagle, which says Communion. Lastly, you have Childhood, which says Innocence. So starting with the Desert card here, Vision Quest, what I'm seeing for you guys, group 3, is that your future spouse is going to be beautifully ambitious and a go-getter. And I say beautiful because they're very ambitious and motivated because they believe that they have a spiritual purpose to fulfill. So they don't care what the obstacles are. If they have a vision or they have a goal that they want to accomplish, even in times where they will feel like it's impossible or people will tell them that they can't do something, they will still be motivated to go and complete that goal. Okay, with this Desert card here, you're dealing with someone who is very intelligent, but also they're very intelligent, but they also have a lot of faith. Now, when I say faith, I'm not saying faith in themselves, but faith in God. Like I said, they believe that they have a higher purpose in this world. So whether that is to help people, by their career, whatever it is, they believe that their purpose was God-given. And so it doesn't matter what they face here in this physical world. They are incredibly determined to fulfill their destiny. With this Desert card here, I'm also seeing that your future spouse is going to be very committed to you, and very persistent, even in moments of the marriage where things won't be going well, or where, because let's be honest, not when it comes to relationships, not every day is there going to be smiling and laughing. It's not going to be perfect 24/7 in a relationship. And so even when hard times come, okay, even when you and your future spouse face hardship, and I mean hardship, like maybe there's a huge problem in the marriage, understand that at the end of the day, your future spouse already has envisioned their life with you, and there's no obstacle, there's no marital problem that will stop them from continuing to be with you in order to get to to make that vision of what they want the marriage to be like with you. So simply what I'm saying is, you're dealing with someone who is very ambitious, whether this is within their career, academics, within the marriage with you. Understand that they are very committed. I'm also seeing that they are the type to start something and finish it. They're very passionate, but they are not the type of person to be passionate about something or someone one day and then passionate about another person the next day. Absolutely not. If this person likes you, understand that they're going to continue to like you, okay? You're just dealing with someone who really knows about themselves, okay? They're very self-aware. Next, you have Eagle Communion. Now, the definition of communion is the sharing or exchanging of intimate thoughts and feelings, especially when the exchange is on a mental or spiritual level. Recall what I said, that your future spouse believes that they have a higher purpose in this world, in this physical, tangible world. They feel like God created them for a reason. So when you see how passionate they are, do not, don't make, because I know sometimes some people can be turned off when another person is really, really passionate about something, but understand that they're just trying to fulfill their destiny. They're just trying to accomplish a goal. So don't let their fiery passion push you away or make you fear them. Your future spouse is also, obviously, they're going to be very spiritual, because this person really believes that they are in this world for a reason. So whether that is in their religion or maybe they're just really spiritual, understand that they're the type of person who doesn't need concrete proof about something in order to believe it or believe that it exists. Next, you have childhood innocence. Now, when I saw this card, I was very intrigued. I was like, wow, I've never gotten this card before. It's very interesting. But when I look at this innocence card, what I'm getting is, remember how I kept on saying that your future spouse is going to be very ambitious now and very faithful. Now, a lot of times we might lose faith when things are not going our way. We accept rejection. some of us are even, we even have, some of us tend to even easily give up on ourselves and on our goals and on our dreams. This person doesn't. They're not that type of person. Remember how I said it doesn't matter what the obstacle is, they will still push forward because they have so much faith. Now, to some people, they might say that that your future spouse is crazy, or they're wasting their time. It's never going to happen. Whatever their goal or their big dream is. There's some pessimistic people who, because they've been beaten up by obstacles in life, they will see your future spouse, who is very ambitious and determined, as too innocent or too naive. Like, oh my gosh, this person really thinks that they can, be, let's say, I don't know, the president or a doctor or a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when people have big dreams and big goals and you see that they're so passionate to get it, and you're the type of person who doesn't, you don't really believe in things like that, you might see this person as naive. You probably see them as a little too innocent. But understand that your future spouse just has a lot of faith. And like I said, it doesn't matter what the obstacle is. Someone could tell them, no, you can't do something, but they're the type of person to say, yes, I can do that. And I know sometimes dealing with people who are that passionate, it could be a little tiring. Dealing with people who don't give up can be very tiring. Let's be honest. But that's what I'm saying, that I'm here to tell you and confirm to you that if you haven't already met this person, do not be turned off by their passion. Do not fear them or run away from them because of their passion, because they know what they're doing and they certainly do have a big purpose to fulfill. They're very rare. Your future spouse is very rare as well, because like I said, for some of us, we've been beaten down, we've been rejected so many times that there are people in this world who give up. They give up because someone told them that they couldn't be someone or do something. Well, I'm here to tell you, your future spouse is what a lot of us need to be more like, which is to say, no, it's very much possible for me to be who I want to be or do what I want to do. So group 3, just try to understand this person, get onto their, just try to understand them. And the longer, they're going to be your future spouse, so of course you're going to know them, but there's always something to learn about someone, even in marriages. Couples are still learning about each other. So yeah, group 3, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and you guys have a great day.